Hello, this is Corey the Keyblade Wielder, and we are back for another commentary. Non-Disney Villains Tournament Round 7 Part 2. AKA, the final stopping point. Or actually, the stopping point right here, so let's get this started. So, in the script interlude, Oroku Saki signs a contract with Asami's dad named... signs a contract of operation with Hiroshi Sato Industries, who is secretly in line with the Equalist. This sort of thing happens. A company could buy another company. On the same time, Dracula calls for all the meetings of the Legion of Darkness, and since he and Professor Moriarty are going to go on a mission, Dracula leaves someone in charge. Vlad and Sammy both thought it might be one of them, but Dracula reveals that it's Myota's one in charge, and they're pretty ticked off. Like they want to be leaders, but it turns out a Digimon is like, a Digimon? You're leaving a Digimon in charge of us? What the hey? You're leaving a Yamagashi in charge of us? Like, yeah, I'd be pretty mad too if I was left in charge by a Yamagashi. Now both Samhain and Vlad vow revenge or whatever. And at the same time, Robotnik is leaving Sniffling in charge while he's dealing with the big threats. Was that a scream? Was that what he's doing in his head? Y'all know where this is going. A little bad for Sniffly. And at the same time, Megatron wants to free the Decepticon from Cobra's base. But now he's going to challenge Sniffly. First fight. Megatron versus Sniffly. It's a pretty interesting fight. Sniffly gets... If you guys know what this robot is, that robot is facing from the Sonic OVA. I haven't heard of it. I never... didn't know where it was from first, but until years later, I saw from the Nostalgia Critics review of that Sonic movie. And yeah, it was a weird movie, it was. I guess Megatron will learn that the size don't even matter, because Sniffly can be a brilliant mad scientist he is. Because he learned it from Robotnik, of course. Yeah, I would take the Sonic Sat AM over the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog any day, because you all know what I thought of it. The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog was really stupid. Well, I prefer the Sonic Sat AM because it's more mature and more serious tone to it. And I just don't like how they made Sonic into like a Looney Tune knockoff. Sorry, I've been rambling. Whoa. Seems like Megatron wins. Next fight, the Wizard Dude versus the Grand Duke of the Owls. This dude, I forgot the name. Sorry. How'd it go? Oh yes, Septimus. Seeking a fashion that can keep him alive during the war, Septimus cast a spell to probably fight one of the villains to fight. Where is Septimus from? I hadn't gotten the chance to look it up on the wiki to know where he's from. I forgot the name of it. I think it has something to do with dragons or something. Oh, and I should like in the description that Septimus is in the wolf's den. Well, actually, he's in the magic owl's den. Yet the Grand Duke of the Owls wants to prove that he is a loyal ally to the Legion of Darkness. And he gets to fight this Septimus fellow. I haven't seen what movie he's from. I can tell by the animation style. It looks like it's from a movie. It's a magic fight between a wizard and an owl. It's kind of cool. Who will win the magic duel? A human wizard or a wizard owl? Or a warlock owl, as you call it. Oh boy. And the Grand Duke of the Owls wins in the next fight. Vlad Plasmius versus Professor Moriarty. And I guess Vlad is like betraying the Legion of Darkness ever since he's not being the leader. What a big baby. Now, I get it. Being in charge from a Yamagachi, it's kind of stupid. But do you have to overreact to that? Oh boy, now it's in the countdown. Well, Vlad's already a ghost, but Professor Moriarty wins next fight. Zork versus Darth Maul. Well, it's kind of cool. I actually like the live-action fight. And Darth Maul infiltrates to Zork's headquarters to take him out, but Zork might have to take him out now and him own. And I actually seen The Fifth Element. It's a pretty good film. I also got the movie. And the one fight in there, Sony Shadow made one. It was kind of silly. It had the Benny Hill theme that goes like da 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 da. Yeah, it was silly. Well, I'm glad you used a different tune for that because it was silly. And Zorg wins and next fight. Myotismon and Dracula versus Lord Darkra. In description, man, I hate it when it happens. To be certain that Myotismon is the most adequate person to lead the Legion of Darkness, Dracula takes him to the castle of the infamous Black Phoenix, Lord Darker, just to challenge if he is capable of leading. At first, I had never seen Wings Club until I learned from History Buff that it was not a good cartoon. Well, as soon as I'm the guy who has to watch every video, movies, and shows that were used in tournaments, Wings Club was one of them, and I wish I took his advice. It was not a good cartoon. The animation was horrible. I mean, the characters, some of their lips moment don't even match. The weird part is, I mean, the humans, the animation style looks so hideous. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like a kid's show. Like, if it was like made for little kids, for my niece and nephews to watch, I would have been okay with it. You know, like they do with their other shows. But look at the animation style. It's absolutely hideous. And the worst part is the humans aren't supposed to look hideous. They're supposed to look normal. Except for that one ogre. I think he looks good in that style. I mean, Lord Darker, I think he's an okay villain, but I kind of wish he was in a much better show, with a show with a much better style than with that style. Myotismon wins. Next fight up, Sam Hain versus Puppetino, Professor Screw Eyes, and the Nightmare King. Huh. I actually like the fight between 4 villains that are obsessed with fear or something like that. Like I study history, Sam Hain was also a name of a Celtic holiday before it was Christianized into Halloween. Both Sam Hain and All Hallows Eve known as Halloween. Look it up on history. I had a Halloween related on my playlist. It's interesting. Whoa! Now Puppetino is a puppet. Seriously, where is the Emperor of the Night? Aren't we supposed to see him? And the Nightmare King shows up. So is the Nightmare King not part of the Legion of Darkness, but on his own force? I just thought he would have worked with them. Or is Sam Hain actually against him now since he's not leader? And also a big baby. And seems like the Nightmare King is sucking them all up. If you can't see it, sorry. Okay, first he was creepy, but look at him. It's like a Looney Toony Crash Bandicoot, like, woo! Okay, the Nightmare King and the Professor Screw Eyes wins. The next fight, Mock versus Ember. Description, I like how Mock said, bring me what's-her-face, like he forgot her name, which is like I do. Actually, the villain in Rock and Roll that served Mock, that's actually her name. What's-her-face. It's like a, kind of like Chameleon from Marvel if she was a woman. And Mock needs Ember for like a concert to persuade her. Because he's tricking her or something. And yeah, History Buff did point out, like, how is no one noticing her hair is on fire? What is the world, like, stupid or something? Like, how can they not know that her hair is on fire? But CK kind of brought up that maybe it's because the music is hypnotizing people, which, yeah, that makes sense. Good point. Good point. And at the same time, Mock summons his demon. Okay, I'm just glad it's not the same thing like in Disney versus non-Disney villains. Like, I'm going to continue my plot until the final battle. But actually, you did it just already. I mean, if it's not his ultimate plan, then what is it? Yeah, I'd be freaked out too if there's a giant demon come out of the concert. A real life one, that isn't. And Mock wins! Next fight, the Daleks versus the Golod. Yeah, that fight made by Manwu. Cool. I don't know what the Golod or whatever they are. They look like the Egyptian aliens for some reason. But I am happy that the Daleks are here. Exterminate! Exterminate! Daleks are supreme! Yeah, okay, they look kind of silly. They look like the upside-down walking trash cans, but they're still cool. Well, I hope they got that. Look how many ships the Daleks have. 1 and the 2 and the 3 Dalek ships, 4 and the 5 and the 6 Dalek ships, and yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Just like the... Okay. 6 and the 7 and the 8, 9 Dalek ships. 100 Dalek ships, more. I'm sorry, but juvenile. I'm so mature. Okay, that's cool. And I guess the Daleks wins. In the epilogue, King One-Eye aligns with the Goblins and Troll Alliance, and... Dude, didn't you already said that? You tell him, Cyclocon. And Myotismon introduces the Legion of Darkness to Devimon, and Valmont knows it. And Father recruits all of the homunculi for the battle. And kind of interesting that Greed is in there. He's more of a rogue. Yeah, he's one of Father's creation, but he's also a rogue. Like, he does it for himself. He's like if Pete as a motor gang. Kind of. Okay, I'm glad that all the Full Metal Alchemist villains are here. Oh. Well, that's disturbing. Well, you already get where this is going. Oh. Yeah, Cobra calls Lelouch, knows his identity, and Ramesses using his speech. And corrupted by the One Ring, he don't need Eris. It gets her annoying. Yeah, the ring is definitely corrupting Ramesses. Oh, and at Saruman's castle, Saruman recruits Hexus, Skullmaster, Messina. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and Venger, too. I still gotta find a way to watch Mighty Max. Cause one, it's Tim Curry, for crying out loud. Oh, and the Major's blimps arrives at England. I thought they were already in England. At the same time, Dracula and Professor Moriarty reveals to Ludmilla that she is the sacrifice to open a portal to the live-action realm. Cool. Oh boy. And now, Dracula and Moriarty are in the live-action realm. And a reunited of father and son. Interesting. So yeah, that was Non-Disney Villains Tournament Round 7 Part 2. Finally, it'll be my stopping point so I can continue the other tournaments. If you wonder the light, I have a skylight. So that's why it's all shiny. Yeah, that's why. It's a skylight. So, yeah, there was Non-Disney Villains Tournament Round 7 Part 2. So, yeah, I can finally get to the other tournaments. So, this is Corey the Keyblade Wielder. May your heart be your guiding key, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe.